What's up, guys? It's your girl Alexandria Ikamoni in the studio, iHeartRadio, with the three ladies of Xscape. We have Tiny, Kandi, and Tamika Scott. How are you guys today?
Great. We're good.
Yeah, so happy to have you guys in studio, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, you guys look amazing. I have to put that out there.
Thank
Everybody
you.
looks fantastic. But we are here to talk about a lot of fantastic news that you guys have going on this summertime. Let's start off with two of your songs reaching new heights. Tell me more about it. Little Secret just went platinum. Softest Place on Earth is now gold. How does that feel having that now in 2025 for those songs?
Yes.
It feels great. It just let us know that the fans are still listening.
Yes.
You know, before it was all about buying albums and just selling albums. So like our albums were platinum, but now that people can stream singles or songs individually, and, you know, it allows each song to shine by itself.
Yeah.
So it's good to know that people are listening.
Yes, for sure.
They really are, yes. So I listen to it. Of course, we all listen to those songs, and those are not just the only hits that we have from you guys. It's really just adding on top of what you guys have already been doing for so long. So also, let's talk about it. You guys have been doing this for so long, but you have some shows coming up this spring and summer. What can fans expect to see this year from Xscape?
Well, actually, we have a show coming up Saturday the 3rd at the ViStar Amphitheater with us, Total, and 702. We're excited about that in a few days.
Yeah, it's going to be lit.
Yes.
How has it been preparing for this tour or these shows that you have coming up?
You just started preparing yesterday.
Okay.
So.
Oh my goodness. You've been doing this so
If you
long.
see it, it messed up. Be like, oh, wait,
No,
they
don't do that.
just started working on it.
We just went on the
days
new
ago.
things, the new material.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you guys are professionals. You guys have been doing this for so long, so it makes a lot of sense. It's completely fine. For this one, right, what will be different from this show, like Saturday and the ones coming up, versus a tour you guys just had last year?
Well, I mean, I think the tour that we had last year, we co-headlined with SWB, so we went back and forth, kind of like hit for hit type of vibe. So this time it would be, you know, each group are gonna do their show separately and apart, but for the most part, you're gonna get, you know, the mics are gonna be on. You know, we're gonna give you a show. You know what I'm saying? We love to entertain our audience. Like, we don't just sing, we dance. You know,
And this is more. This is like a smaller venue. It's more for the city, so we'll be very personable.
Yeah.
on
More
this
intimate.
show,
Yeah.
real intimate, face to face. Because usually the shows we do, we like so far up on stage and so far back, but here we're like close, so we can reach out and grab our fans and love on them.
Yeah, which is really exciting. They cannot wait for that. And this year, we're still toward the beginning of this year, if you will, a little toward the middle as well. But what can we expect from the group this year? What would you guys like to accomplish, or what is to come for you guys?
well, I think that, you know, we plan on doing more shows and just up in the ante. You know what I'm saying? We want to get better as we go, better and better. Just, you know, broaden our horizons, our show, make them, you know, we're trying to get to a level where we can, like, you know, we may not be Beyonce level, but, you know, we're trying to get in that vein. You know what I'm saying? But we need that budget.
So we can play a little bit.
Yes.
We have a nice, now, don't get me wrong, we have a very nice budget that we play with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To bring that experience, that Xscape experience, but we need that Beyonce budget. We want to start flying through the sky.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So let's talk about, you're talking about, you know, Beyonce budget. We know she's dropped new music, now on tour. But what about you guys? Any new music that we can expect this year from you guys? Or we're just going to, you know, focus on the classics right now?
We're just focusing on the classics. I mean, we're developing other artists.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, you will see, you know, our creativity come out in the people that we're working with. You know, OMG Girls, Young Naya, Siren, I have girl group Siren.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, we're pouring into other people right now.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, you guys have been doing this for so long, been in the business for a while. It makes sense to really just give the next generation, you know, a chance to get the knowledge from you guys, because your knowledge really expands so well. So I do want to switch over gears, since you talked about, you know, OMG Girls. I will have to start with you over here. How's everything been since, you know, you've had some of these nice wins in the past and you're really just enjoying life? How has it been with the girl group, and what's to come for them?
Well, it's been amazing. It's getting better and better as it goes.
Yeah.
You know, we was luckily coming to a blessing. We haven't received it yet, but it's coming.
Yes.
It's on the way.
Yes.
And but the girls have dropped new music. They're planning on releasing an EP this year. They've never released an EP. We've had enough songs to, but just never happened. They kind of like split, or for a while, and so we never put anything out. So right now we're excited to put a new body of music out. This time around, the girls are writing most of all their songs, and they're recording themselves. They're doing everything on their own, so I love to see them in their element. They have, at first it was kind of like me giving them stuff, maybe and now they're doing their own thing. So, and I'm just like, yeah, that's dope. And I just got to come in and oversee it. Like, okay, yeah, I like that. Change that. Do this. And so it's a new era for me. It's a new thing, because I'm also kind of have to listen to their wants and wishes when I'm used to running everything. Like, we're doing this, we're doing that, and so it's different. But I'm loving it. I'm getting used to them being in control of their careers. And but we just dropped a song called "Make a Scene." We got a dope video. We got a lot of people. I directed it. So yeah, it was my first real directorial debut.
Yeah.
And I had people like DC Young Fly, and my son Messiah, and Jazzy Faye, a lot of other people in the video. We did like a small mini movie type of 5 minute type thing. So that's dope, and we're looking forward to dropping a summer song in a couple months or so.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And doing some shows and things of that nature.
That's
and
it.
Collaborating with Kandi and Siren, and we're gonna hopefully and Young Naya. You know what I'm saying? We talked about maybe putting something together for the young artists, but we can put some shows together, and maybe we'll do that. Hopefully that'll come around, because it's their time now.
Yeah. Really, just to bring them all up, which is really exciting. And speaking of, OMG girls, one, obviously your daughter. We know that you have a few new blessings coming into life as far as grandbabies. How has it been with the newest addition to your family?
I mean, I love it. I'm enjoying having we have our first boy, and he's amazing. I'm just like, all into him. You know what I'm saying? I got my oldest grandchild. She's my little monster. She is very headstrong. She's gonna be her dad, her uncle. I mean, not her uncle. I'm sorry, her grandpa. He is in love with her, because she's in love with him. So he's taking out that's my baby. I'm like, take on, get out of here. I'm just playing. But we have and I have two more granddaughters that we just had, so they are all amazing.
Yes, absolutely. Sure. And you're talking about the next generation of artists in this business. I mean, we cannot continue the conversation without Eris. I mean, oh my gosh, she is a star within her own right.
Yes,
can I ask, what, I mean, because you're still mom, you still have control over her. She's a little girl. What can we expect from her? What would you like to see with her career?
Well, Eris, I've been kind of like taking my time with Eris, because I mean, she hasn't recorded a lot of songs, but she has this song. She asking me all the time, when we putting out Drama Queen? When we putting out Drama Queen? I'm just like, we got time. But I know that kids are putting out more music, because I'm just kind of waiting till she grow up a little bit. But I may drop something on her this summer so she can have a little moment. But she's acting now. She's doing more shows, TV shows. She got Miss Pat show coming out this season. She's on the NBC show for Grosse Pointe Garden Society. And I'm just looking forward to her doing more of that. But I keep her I keep pushing her, and I'm just grooming her. That's my thing. I want to groom her. I don't just want to throw her out there. You know what I'm saying? I will give her the opportunity, because, it seems like that's, everybody's pushing me to do more. So I'm slowly doing it.
Okay. Makes sense. I understand completely. And she's young. She has a long time ahead of her.
So absolutely.
Absolutely. Now, Miss Kandi, I mean, what don't you do? That's really the best way to put it. From restaurants to shows on Broadway. I mean, the resume is very long, which is fantastic. But how are you just managing it all within your day, especially when you're now doing shows with the group again and so forth? How is it looking like for you?
Ooh, tiring.
No, I get it. I get it.
It's just like a nonstop, thing. Constantly having to work on, how I can make this right or make that better, or put out a fire here.
Yeah.
Get this going there, and sometimes it does feel like a lot, but I do have a good team around me. I try to make sure I get that good quality time in. My goal was to start, spending more vacations with the family.
Yeah.
But sometimes things will be so crazy. I'll be trying to figure like, okay, well, when am I going to be able to do what I got to do? Right now, because I'm a firm believer you got to work on your next move while you in your current move.
Absolutely.
So it's like right now I'm working on some things behind the scenes, trying to get those things right for what's coming. And it's just like, it can be overwhelming. But it's fun because I'm doing what I love.
Right. And you're doing it gracefully. We have to put that out there. You're doing it very well. So we appreciate that. One thing that you have such success with recently that's been talked about, Othello, Broadway. Oh, my goodness. I mean, what are your thoughts about the response that it has gotten so far? And where would you like to go with Broadway?
I'm grateful for the support. The community is the culture is coming through. Like everybody is really coming out and supporting this show. We make history. Highest grossing Broadway sales week of any play in the Broadway history. Yeah. Oh. So it's it's like one of those moments, constantly where I'm like, wow. Yeah. I can't believe that I'm doing what I always dreamed that I would be able to do, but at the highest level. Yeah. So it feels good. And to say that I'm working with Denzel Washington and Jake Gyllenhaal is like, what? But this is my 4th show that I've been a producer on Broadway. So, I always, have to say to people like, it didn't start with this when, I've been going at this for a minute. Yeah. And I feel like each time we put up a show, we learn more and it gets better and we get more support. Yeah. Because I think when people realize, oh, you're not just doing this for play, you're doing this for real. Yeah.
The respect, I mean.
Yeah, the respect is definitely, people have been showing a lot of love.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, of course, I would not be doing my job. I didn't ask something about Housewives here. We got to talk about it, ma'am. Let me just start with, if you had the opportunity to come back anytime soon, would you be open to it? Would you take it?
I'm just not in the space right now to I'm not really thinking about it, just basically. Yeah. It's nothing wrong. Yeah. I don't have anything negative to say about the new cast because people are like, what do you think about that? I think it's good. I feel like it's good that they're switching things up. Yeah. I haven't had a chance to get fully caught up on the current season, but I mean, I just like everybody else, I see the clips online. And I'm excited for my friend Shamia because we friends in real life. And I'm glad I get to celebrate her. But I mean, to be honest with you, sometimes she wanted me to come to things she was doing during the season. And I didn't want to come because I was like, my whole thing was I wanted a full year to be off of the show at least. Yeah. Now the whole season passed. I still want to be off. Still want to be off right now. But I'm excited. My daughter is going to be on a show on Bravo coming out June 3rd.
Love it.
Next Gen NYC. And I made an appearance for her because of my daughter.
Yeah, of course.
But right now, as far as like Housewives, I don't know if I want to be caught up in the midst of
because now her business is really her business.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
It is.
Yeah,
and I'm sure she enjoys that.
Yeah, I like being able to just live my best life.
Because you've been living it, baby.
You have. Yeah, you've shared a big part of your life with, the audience watching. So it makes sense.
Yeah, for 14 seasons. Yeah. So it's like, now I can just live and not have to. Well, not that I don't have to worry about the opinions of other people because people still be having opinions, but I just don't have to even care.
Right. Absolutely. And speaking of caring, I mean, Kenya Moore's exit of the show. What are your thoughts today? I mean, like you said, you've seen clips. Do you feel like it was warranted? Was it extra?
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
and a lot of people, hit me with the, well, that's, so inappropriate to show porn on TV. But y'all, it's like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of craziness happen throughout my years on the show. Like, it's been some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody's acting like this is the worst ever, and I don't think that's true. I don't think this is the worst thing that's ever happened on the show. And even at that, I'm not saying that it's not a bad thing.
Of course.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that both her and the other young lady, they both did something that was messed up, not cool, and like I just don't understand why one person was punished and the other one wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't get that part. And it's like sometimes I feel like they go a little extra hard on Kenya. When I don't understand why, because it's like I personally feel like if you know you got craziness out there, then why come on the show if you don't think you're ever going to get exposed? Because we know the housewives be exposing people, and the audience that watch you expose. Like, it be stuff that once the show comes out, then people start digging and finding stuff to put out there about. So if you had something like that was out there in the atmosphere, people can go online and get, why would you think that that's not going to ever come up?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I wouldn't suggest anybody who had a lot of secrets that they didn't want to deal with to come on. Like, to me, I would just be like, you might as well just own that and just keep it pushing because you knew it was there.
Yeah.
But
Makes sense. Last question about Housewives. I did want to ask, because you mentioned that was not the worst thing that has happened on the show. In your opinion, what was the worst thing that has ever happened any season?
It's been a lot of bad stuff.
That's true.
I'll just leave it at that.
That's it. I understand. That's a valid response. That's a valid response for that.
Yeah.
Now, Ms. Tamika Scott,
Yes.
you have a lot going on as well. I mean, on social media, you are always, talking about the products you have and the businesses you have going on. So tell us more about, everything that you do that people might not even see on social media that you really want the people to know.
Well, I love to cook.
Yes, you do.
So I started my own seasoning line called Tamika Scott Southern Fuse. 8 different fuse. Delicious, low sodium. I use pink Himalayan salt instead of regular table salt. And I'm just trying to build my culinary up. So I just launched some candles. They're dessert-inspired candles. They're 2-in-1 massage.
Yeah.
Candles that you can get in time for Mother's Day. Go to scoopandwick.com to get your candles. So and I got something else I'm waiting on. And I should, I want to say in another week. It has something to do with food. Okay. So I'm just a foodie.
Listen, I'm a foodie too, so I can't wait. And I saw when you were massaging that candle on your hand. I mean, it looks real.
Yes,
the oil, the wax from it. So that was exciting.
Soy.
Yes, we love
and
that.
Vegan.
Yes. Okay, so let's also talk about family. I mean, we know there's one person who used to be a part of the group that is not here at the table today, your sister. So when she did put out that statement of her, you not defending her during her escape, what was your thoughts on that, and how did you feel just to see that from your own sister?
Well, I mean, did I not defend her, ladies?
Well, I don't already answered it earlier. I don't know what, but I mean, if I can speak, because this is not a sister. I'm not in the sisterly thing
talking
here,
for as like business.
Yeah,
Some of the problems.
I feel like Tamika was always always in her corner. They were always locked. You know what I'm saying? And we were just talking about being in a group with 2 sisters was hell. You know what I'm saying? For me and Kandi, because it was either the 2 sisters, and because we do a majority rules.
Yeah.
So it's either a split thing here or one of us is on the other side. But they were never separate, even though
when they didn't agree.
Yeah, even though there were a lot of times that she knew she should have been on our side, she was not, and it was because she was. It was because that's her sister, and that's what she was riding. That's what she's been. That's how she been brought up, and that's what she did for so many years. Yeah. So eventually, I feel like she grew up. And she realized that is not the best name for Tamika. You see what I'm saying? So she started. So now you see her making moves as a different person. She's moving in her own direction, in her own lane for Tamika and her family, instead of just going that way because it's my family. And so she's done that a long time. So right now I feel good about what she's doing because she has held it down way too long. And me and Kandi suffered in the process.
She said, "I'm tired of this, Grandpa."
Well, I'm Southern. We were brought up that family's everything. You don't go against family no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if your family's wrong, you sit there, you hide it, you put it up under the rug, and you just forget about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it carried on into our business. So I didn't know how to separate the two because it's like, okay, you gotta make a decision, but you can't go against your sister.
Right.
So a lot of decisions that I made was because it was what she wanted to do.
I understand.
And it affected our business.
Now don't get me wrong, I was always, Tasha's my girl. Like me and her like
course,
this.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I know when it wasn't working for me in a way, and I knew when I needed to be like, we trying to do this. You know what I'm saying? But it was going nowhere because 2 against 2. You know what I'm saying? We're just here.
And Kandi, you've been quiet. Do you have? I mean, you publicly spoke about you didn't understand where it came from. What are your
Which
thoughts?
part?
In regards to her, her sister not defending, Latasha.
Well, defend her how?
You said not knowing where it came from?
No, from your perspective, because you were saying you never understood what Latasha was saying about not being defended by her sister.
Okay, I try not to say much because I feel like I always get blamed in the situation for everything.
Not here.
But in all honesty, I agree with what Tiny was saying. I feel like for years, Tamika has just basically supported whatever her sister wanted to do, right or wrong, even when it wasn't in her best interest.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, okay, there are things that happen and there were choices that made. What I did not understand was when she said in the song, she made it seem as though like we kind of put her out the group. But for us, and people who watched the show, our last show, TV show with Xscape and SWV, you could see on there when she was saying she didn't want to do shows with us after the one show that we were doing for the she didn't even want to do that one, that performance on the TV show. And then there were opportunities that came up for us to do as a group and she didn't want to do them with us. And it was like her team at the time was just like, okay, well, y'all can go ahead and do them if they'll do it with you. Like thinking that people wouldn't want to work with us just because she wasn't a part of. And it's like, okay, we accepted it, and I feel like it's nothing wrong with her wanting to do her own music. Of course, to be clear, we accepted it, and we started doing our own shows. She was the one was it. She didn't want to do it, so that's the part that I don't agree with. Her doing the song and she sounds great. Her, I feel like she's very talented. Tasha and I always bumped heads. So, when people try to make it seem like I somehow don't want, for me, it wouldn't be no different because we always bumped heads, whether it was then or now. So I'm not really, I feel like there's so many family things that need to be worked out before we even discuss the group. So the same way it was addressed in the song, addressed her personal life, she addressed family stuff, and then she addressed the group. I think that's how it needs to be fixed.
I get it. And just a couple more questions since you're talking about family and fixing it. Where are you now with your family?
Well, I'm good. I'm good with my family. I have a wonderful husband. Beautiful daughters. Wonderful glam babies. So I'm at peace.
Yes, absolutely.
With my core family.
Absolutely. And very last question here. Mother's Day is coming up for the moms here. What would be your perfect and ideal Mother's Day plan? if you can pick it, tell your mans or tell your kids what you want to do, what would that look like?
We're gonna be on stage singing.
We're gonna be working.
Well, if
In
you could pick your
Ontario,
perfect
we have a
ideal
show
day-
on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the other mothers will appreciate
My husband
you.
was like, "What were you thinking?"
I said it when it came up. I hate when I do that.
Yeah.
It's like, you booked a show on Mother's Day and Juneteenth. I was like,
That's my
Well,
grandbaby's birthday
yeah,
too.
yes, we did.
Yeah,
like,
Get to the
Juneteenth.
bag,
No.
right?
I was like, we work on Mother's Day any other time. He's like, that's just. But anyway, I mean, you know, we're gonna be with our loved ones. That's for sure. Wherever we are working, they'll be there.
I was saying this though. Now you know I'm always thinking about the coin.
Of course.
If we fly all our kids and the whole family, we might as well not work because we're gonna spend all the money on flights and hotels.
The food.
Like,
I
what
get
are we
it.
doing?
True. Well, you know, I'm only flying one because all the rest of them, they'll be all right.
See, I can't do that because my older daughter, Riley and Kayla, they get mad if we don't include them, but we only include the smaller kids. So I gotta take everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I'll bring Major too if he wants to come. But Major, you know, he don't really like to do much, so I don't. You know, I'm
Major
just
is not
like
coming.
He doesn't
probably
care.
like, no,
And Major
I'm
don't
staying
care.
in, you know, but yeah, but King and Zanique and all the rest of them, they have their own lives and
They got
families.
kids.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
They're all mothers.
I only got 1 to 2 to worry about.
I love it. I love it. Well, we will say Happy Mother's Day to you all.
Thank
because just in
you.
case you don't get the time to really celebrate, maybe the day before, day after, you guys can do something. That would be
Right.
really fun. All right. Once again, Alexandria Camoni in the studio with Kandi, Tiny, and Tamika Scott. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you so much.